Whether trafficked across the interstates 80 and 29 over my hometown, made from the ammonia that feeds the crops, or synthetic drugs mixed in a garage, methamphetamine is in Iowa, and its impacts are wide-reaching and severe. During the last several months, I've traveled the state of Iowa, returning time and again to my hometown of Council Bluffs, where methamphetamine is one of the most commonly used drugs. I've learned that meth users don't fit a profile. Whether young or old, rich or poor, meth will take anyone. And once it makes a user into an addict, meth entangles loved ones, partners, parents, and children. Though it's not unique to Iowa, here it is abundant. And here, the allure of a cheap and potent drug changes communities into places where children can enter the cycle of meth use because of the parents raising them.
Stayed high for about 10 years. It was my oldest that, she had a really hard time with it. Started doing meth when she was 13. But she has been sober now, and I'm proud of her because I feel like I don't have to worry about her.
And they took my daughter. And it's really a sick mind to think that you can parent somebody when you're under the influence of that drug. It does not, however, ever stop a mother from truly loving her children.
Yet meth use in Iowa is again on the rise. And as meth is more prevalent, so too is child endangerment.
We have kids as young in kindergarten who are getting themselves up and ready, and probably then aren't getting showers. Because you think about that age level, they're not going to think about those things. Sometimes they're getting fed, sometimes they're not.
But these children face more than abuse or neglect when parents use. Studies show that children are likely to follow in their parents' footsteps and may use the drug too.
I find that the women usually tell me that they got involved in drugs in their early teens, maybe 13, 14, 15 years old, especially if they don't have much of a family support. Some of the women we work with were raised in homes where their mothers, the grandmothers, the mothers did drugs.
And yet prevention is hard to come by, as funding no longer exists in Iowa schools. From the year 2011 to 2012, Iowa cut more than $300,000 in funding for preventative programs, which was reduced to $0 for the next fiscal year. These cuts are due to a variety of factors, including criticisms of past programs, a lack of feasible replacement programs, and general budget cuts throughout the state. Still, programs exist that aim to reduce meth use. Electronic monitoring systems help doctors, pharmacists, and police monitor sales of pseudoephedrine and other synthetic drugs to decrease the ingredients used to make meth in Iowa homes. And groups like Moms Off Meth and Iowa Alliance for Drug-Endangered Children also offer resources to people seeking help with their addiction. But some of the most promising methods to reduce meth use are also the most expensive, and with decreasing funding, it remains to be seen if proposed policies will be more successful at breaking the cycle of meth use. For IowaWatch, this is Katie Kuntz.